Our catchweight clashes continue at Tachi Palace Fights when TPF veteran Llamas welcomes newcomer Zane Kamaka. A winner of 9 of his first 11 mixed martial arts bouts, Hawaii's Zane Kamaka makes his TPF debut, ready to show why he is one of the island's most feared welterweight contenders. After nearly 2 years away from the TPF cage, Llamas returns to remind fans why he won 4 of his first 5 bouts. Originally based in Capoeira, Llamas has stopped opponents by way of submission and TKO. Tonight, he looks for another stoppage victory. Coming up next, it's Llamas versus Zane Kamaka. Welterweights competing tonight at 175 pounds as Llamas takes on Zane Kamaka. Kamaka, one of the top prospects in Hawaii, came up a little bit short in his last fight at Titan Fighting Championships. He's rooted in boxing and jiu-jitsu, and he says that fighting is all he knows, and he wants to make an impact tonight in his TPF debut. He's a proud Hawaiian, and mixed martial arts has a long history of producing fantastic Hawaiian fighters.
Yeah, the Hawaiian fighters are a different breed of guy. They're all pretty tough, and they're all used to scraps. You know, these guys have been scrapping since they were kids in the streets in Hawaii, and Zane is no different. Watched a few of his fights online, and he loves to throw big punches, and he likes to create space and keep the distance. So I think that's what we should be looking for from him tonight, keeping the distance, landing big shots from the outside.
Yeah, he has a unique style where he always knows how far you are away from him, knows when you're hittable, and when you get a little too close to him, he capitalizes.
Yeah, he's knocked out a few guys, and he has a lot of power in that right hand, also in that left hook, so we'll see how he brings it.
A dynamic striker is Zane Kamaka, but as is Llamas. He's very close to getting his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, trains with MMA veteran and pioneer in a lot of ways, Fabiano Iha, but he has a base in Capoeira, and as we were doing some tape study on him, we saw some interesting kicks from interesting angles. If you can watch a Capoeira player actually implement their game, you're in for a show.
Yeah, I mean, you get some of those spinning kicks, those jumping kicks, and some of that stuff looks beautiful when it lands. But when it doesn't land, it can put you in a position where you're uncomfortable or you're vulnerable to getting hit yourself. So we'll see how JC translates that into this fight.
Llamas has the home field advantage, fighting a Hawaiian in Lemoore. Llamas, while he fights out of Bakersfield, which is a little ways away from here, actually sold a lot of tickets and a lot of friends and family here to watch him fight.
Yeah, a lot closer than Hawaii, though. So, you know, he's going to have the support behind himself. But Zane Kamaka doesn't care. He's coming from Hawaii. He's got his friends with him, and he's ready to throw down.
We saw Llamas in Tachi a few years back. You know, we talk about that Capoeira game, his jiu-jitsu game. He's a decent wrestler. When you look at his fighting style, no matter what he's doing, he's keeping the pressure on. Whether it's with strikes or whether it's with grappling, he's going to want to make Zane Kamaka react more than act.
He does. But he does come out, he comes out explosive and pretty quick. He puts a lot of pressure on you. But if Kamaka can keep the distance, I hope Zane doesn't gas and we get a good fight the whole way through if it lasts that long.
We will take a look at the tail of the tape for this catchweight contest. Zane Kamaka stands 6 feet 1 inch tall. He will have a reach advantage over the 5 feet 9 inch tall Llamas. At catchweight tonight, both men will compete in the welterweight division going forward, but 175 was the agreed upon weight. Llamas, 31 years old, 4 years the elder of Kamaka, and both men have a wealth of experience behind them. For our official introductions, here is Tyson Johnson.
Ladies and gentlemen, this Tachi Palace fight will be 3 5-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This fighter stands 6 feet 1 inch tall. He weighed in at 175 pounds. He represents the Hawaii Elite MMA fight team with a mixed martial arts record of 9 wins and 2 defeats. He hails from Waianae, Hawaii. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Hawaiian bad boy, Zane Kamaka. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. He weighed in at 175 pounds. He represents the Llamas competition fight team with a mixed martial arts record of 6 wins and 5 defeats. He hails from Bakersfield, California. Please welcome the leg lock master, Llamas. Your referee for this bout is Mark Lawley.
TPFboxing.com. It is Top Rank Boxing, September 10th, right here in Lemoore. But right now it's mixed martial arts. Zane Kamaka dodging that kick early. JC Llamas wants to let him know that he's got a lot of tricks in his arsenal. Right hand glances. Looked like Kamaka pushed off and caught the eye there.
Did the referee call for time?
I think he had to call for time the way that JC Llamas reacted. I don't know if Lawley necessarily saw it, but Kamaka definitely in some trouble here. Let's take a look at the replay, see if we can see something.
I didn't see it, but
it was hard
his
to see.
hands were open.
Happened in an instant. I think Kamaka might have been pushing off, trying to avoid the strike, and maybe caught a thumb.
Yeah, I've been poked in the eye in a fight, and that's the worst feeling. You feel it in your stomach. Fortunately, it happened early in the fight, and maybe he wasn't breathing hard yet. But when you're breathing hard and that happens, oh man, it does not help. Does not help you recover.
Doctor's going to come in, take a look at it. If JC Llamas wants to continue, the most important thing he needs to say to the ref and the doctor is that he can see.
Yeah, he cannot say, I can't see. Most of the time, the doctors will stop the fight immediately if that's said.
Doctor asking some questions, asking if it's blurry. Again, another look at this. And it looked like he just got the thumb there. It looked like he tried to make sure he had that range and might have caught the right eye there. So.
Well, we're good to go.
Always like to see that. I mean, we're only seconds into this. We already saw some capoeira stuff, so ready to go. Again, Kamaka in the black, Llamas in the red. Oh, beautiful, nice little sweep.
And
of
he's
the
able to
lead
land
leg.
a left hand off of it. He's looking for the same thing, though. He's got to change it up a little. Save that for later, maybe.
Zane Kamaka trying to figure it out. Lands a nice kick to the lead leg of Llamas. Llamas!
Nice.
Egging him on now. He's got that technique on lock here. He bails on the spin.
Yeah, but if he's the leg lock master, or what is it? What was it? The leg lock master, right?
Yeah.
He should jump on those positions. He should jump on him when he gets him down, especially if he trips him.
Llamas switching up.
Oh,
nice.
He swings hard.
Heavy exchange there early. Llamas tries to sweep that front leg out again. Llamas switching up his stances between orthodox and southpaw. Kamaka trying to engage with them.
Oh, nice right hand by Kamaka. Great footwork to set that up.
We'll see if Llamas turns to grappling now. We talk about that range game of Zane Kamaka. I think he's starting to figure it out right here.
Nice.
Kick to the body there. And
he's getting these takedowns, but he's not taking advantage of them. I'd like to see him jump on and try to submit him.
As we mentioned, Fabiano Iha talked to us earlier today, said that JC Llamas very close to getting his black belt, and if you get the seal of approval of Fabiano Iha, that's a pretty good guy to have in your corner.
Yeah, the armbar master, or the arm lock master, we should say.
No one knows that better than you. Sorry, Eve.
I was a kid back then.
3 minutes left here in round number one. Kick to the lead leg of Llamas check. Doubling up on the jab is JC Llamas.
Nice.
This combination finished by a kick of Kamaka.
Kamaka's got to use his jab to set up more questions for Llamas. He's not putting anything out there, and Llamas is not giving him any tells.
Interesting. Some of the techniques from Llamas really haven't been set up by anything. He just kind of goes for it, and I think Kamaka is starting to sort of figure out that and sort of insert his will here. But JC Llamas spins again.
He's just missing with these spinning kicks, but I don't know if it's because he's falling short or if Kamaka's reading them.
I think it goes back to that range game as well. Kamaka doubling up on the kick to the lead leg.
Nice right hand in that exchange. Kamaka should start using his jab and some feints. He's dictating the range, and because of that, he should be able to dictate the pace of this fight.
Oh, hard right hand.
In on the legs. Good position for the takedown.
Big cut here. I believe it is Zane Kamaka that is cut on the brow.
I think it might have been a clash of heads.
We'll see if that plays a factor here. I can't tell where the cut is.
It's on It looks like it's on the skull on the right. He's going for omoplata. Nice pass. Now to the legs. There's the leg lock master. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, so it's J.C. Llamas that is cut on the side of his head. 90 seconds remaining round number 1. Going for that leg lock. Knee bar now. Kamaka might be in trouble. J.C. Llamas trying to finish it. A lot of time to work. Kamaka staying calm. Oh, Zane Kamaka very upset.
He didn't tap.
He did not tap. Mark Lawley thought he saw the finish.
He did
we'll
not tap.
We'll have to take a look at the replay. Zane Kamaka visibly upset immediately.
He did not tap.
I'm sure that J.C. Llamas is not going to be happy winning that way. A very upset Zane Kamaka trying to stay composed.
I don't know what the referee was looking at. I mean, you look at the fighter that's in trouble. You watch his hands. He uses his hands to tap. The referee was looking at the submission and not the fighter.
Now, people around us saying that it was a verbal submission, saying that he was screaming. I didn't hear anything. I don't know if we can get a replay with the audio, but
yeah, I didn't hear anything either. If you scream, it is a verbal submission. The referee is supposed to step in if that's the case, but I didn't hear any screaming. And I didn't see his mouth moving in the fashion of a scream either.
And I understand Mark Lawley trying to step in before there was serious damage, but knee bars, they're tricky. Any sort of leg lock that involves the knee, they're not on until they're on, and then you're in a lot of trouble when that knee hyperextends. But yeah, I mean, Zane Kamaka losing in the manner that he did, definitely not happy about it. But tonight belongs to J.C. Llamas, right or wrong.
I don't know what to say about that. It's one of those things where you feel for both guys, because the guy that won the fight was doing what he was supposed to do, but the guy that lost, if the referee jumped in too soon, was not in as much trouble as the referee thought he was in.
You know, the rules meeting happened to our left. They did say, Eve, if you scream out in pain, it is a verbal submission. So that is the official decision. To make it official, here's Tyson Johnson.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 3 minutes, 44 seconds in this round, your referee, Mark Lawley, stops about due to a submission. Ladies and gentlemen, for your winner, by way of tap out, the leg lock master, J.C. Llamas.
J.C. Llamas victorious. When Tyson Johnson said it was a submission, Zane Kamaka shot him a really dirty look. He's not very happy.
Yeah, I wouldn't be happy either, especially if he didn't scream about it. I wasn't able to hear it, so as of right now, from what I've seen and the evidence that I have, it was not a submission. He did not quit that fight.
We'll have to go back and watch it with audio later, but yeah, J.C. Llamas gets it done. And, you know, he showed a versatility here. He was throwing a lot of unorthodox strikes on the field. When he got to the floor, he did what he does best.
Yeah, he went to the leg lock. He rolled for that knee bar, and he was able to secure. I mean, it looked pretty secure. It looked tight, and that was why the referee stepped. If that was why the referee stepped in, I understand that. But again, the guy has to quit. It was a tight position. He adjusted a couple of times, looking to get to a good spot, and he was able to get the submission according to the referee. Let's see right here if he screams. I don't see a scream either.
It looked like he was pushing on the back of J.C. Llamas, trying to get free, but Mark Lawley stops it. J.C. Llamas victorious tonight by knee bar.